been playing with fishing rods for a long time now. Some people would say too long. So I do have some ideas on what makes a really good range of rods. I love to get stuck into all the major sport fish in Australia, whether it's a bass or whether it's a barramundi or whatever the hell it is. What I like to do is pick a rod out of the rack and find that that rod fits me like a glove. Actions, butts, the whole works. I really would like to get my head around designing something from scratch that's going to really fit the bill for an Australian angler. Bread and butter stuff that really is going to cut the mustard. And I'm very lucky to be able to work with one of the best rod designers in the world, Ian Miller, thanks to Shimano.
Well, Bushy, I think we've come up with a great range here, the Bushy Legend Lure Series. There's quite a few models in here, and it covers those species that you mentioned and more. And they've got all the different features that you want to have in a really top line lure casting rod. Now, you've mentioned you did a lot of this sort of stuff, and you have done a lot of it and continue to chase a lot of fish on lures. And there's certain features that you need to put into a rod as a dedicated lure rod just to make it that little bit more comfortable, as you mentioned, and a higher performing rod. So we might quickly have a look at those. Now, starting at the butt section of these rods, we've used rubber butt caps, a couple of different types depending on which rod it is. They're very comfortable and hard wearing. And we've exclusively used cork as our handle grip material. Now, the reason for this is important. Cork transmits vibrations from the lure into your hand very effectively. So you know at all times that your lure is performing properly, and that's very, very important. We've also taken extra care with the shape of these cork grips. So no matter if you're gripping the rod for casting or for fighting the fish, it comes to the hand really well, and these are Bushy's preferred shapes that he likes for his lure fishing. So his character's really coming into these rods. Now, we've selected the reel seats depending on the type of rod to be the very best for lure casting, comfort and strength. And we've also dressed the handles up in Bushy's signature colours of red and gunmetal to really lift the handles and make them a modern looking rod. All the Bushy lure rods have this lure hook keeper, so you can easily hook your lure into them between casts or when travelling from one spot to another. Now, we've got lightweight guides on all these rods to enhance the lure casting performance of the blanks, and the blanks are sensational. They're graphite blanks, they're light in the hand, they're very sensitive, they cast very easily. We've got some nice two-piece blanks in case you need that for easily storing and travelling with your longer rods. And you not only had input with these rods at the beginning of this project, Bushy, you also had to give them the seal of your approval, and you've caught a few fish on them as well.
I've caught a power of fish on them, and the only bad thing was that they made me give them back. I hope someone buys one, but the most important thing for me about this project is I've got fantastic rods to use. So when you're out there and you're looking for a genuine Bushy rod, if you look for the Bushy Lure Rod Series, and you'll see the lucky moustache burnt into the butt, you know you got the right one.